You hear the word contract all the time, right? And it sounds so simple. It's just an agreement. But have you ever stopped to think what actually turns a casual promise into something the law will back up? That's where it gets really interesting. So let's dive in.
So when I say contract, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it like a huge stack of paperwork with tiny print? Or maybe a firm handshake deal? Whatever it is, just hold that thought, because we're about to look at the classic textbook definition.
Okay, so here it is. The classic legal definition is actually super simple, kind of elegant even. An agreement which the law will enforce. That's it. Sounds easy, right? You make an agreement, the law enforces it. Boom, done. But, well, that simple little sentence is hiding a huge question. And yeah, this is where things get fun, because tucked away inside that definition is the real question, the one that changes everything. And what else, right? What else does the law need to see to actually care about your agreement? That's the puzzle we're going to solve today.
All right, so to crack this thing open, we got to start with the very first word, agreement. Now, in the legal world, an agreement is way more than just a casual, hey, I'll help you move next week. It's something they call a meeting of the minds. And that just means everyone involved is crystal clear and on the exact same page about all the little details.
Okay, look at the difference here. On one hand, you have, yeah, I'll sell you my car someday. I mean, that's nice, but legally, it's basically air. It means nothing. But what if you say, I will sell you my car for $5,000 this Friday? Whoa. Suddenly, you've got the what, the how much, and the when. See? That's the bedrock of a real agreement. Okay, so we've got our agreement. That's piece one of the puzzle. But that leads us right to the second, and honestly, the most important part of that definition, which the law will enforce. I mean, this is what gives an agreement its teeth, right? Its power. So what does it even mean for something to be enforceable? Well, what it really means is that if someone breaks their promise, you're not just stuck shrugging your shoulders and saying, oh well. Nope. It means you can actually go to a court and a judge can step in and make things right. They can either force the other person to do what they promised or make them pay up for the damages. It's what turns a personal promise into a public, legally backed obligation. Huge difference. And that brings us right back to our big question, our little refrain for the day. A court can enforce an agreement, but it's not going to enforce every single promise made under the sun. It's looking for specific signs, these little flags that say, hey, this one's the real deal. So once again, what else does it need? Well, it turns out the law is kind of like a chef. It's looking for a very specific recipe. There are these three, let's call them hidden ingredients, that absolutely have to be there. You need all three to bake a simple agreement into a legally binding contract. Miss even one, and all you've got is a half-baked promise. So, what's in this recipe? 3 simple steps. First, there's the offer. I'll sell you my bike for $100. Pretty straightforward. Second, you've got the acceptance. Yep, I'll take it. Easy enough, right? Those two make perfect sense, but it's this third ingredient, this weird-sounding thing called consideration. That's the one that's the real secret sauce. So what on earth is consideration? Don't let the fancy word throw you. It's just the legal speak for the exchange of value. It's what each person puts on the line. Think of it as the skin in the game for both sides. So if I just say I'm going to give you my car for free, that's a gift. The law usually won't force Lee to do it. But if I say I'll give you my car in exchange for $5,000, now we're talking. We're both giving something up. That exchange? That's consideration. It's what proves this is a real deal, a two-way street, not just a one-sided promise. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. Offer, acceptance, consideration, this all sounds super formal, like something for lawyers in a boardroom. But here's the crazy part. The truth is, you, yes, you, are a contract-making machine. You've been doing it for years, probably several times just today, and you didn't even know it. Seriously, think about it. Every single day, you're making these little contracts. Did you buy a coffee this morning? That was a contract. You offered money, the barista accepted and gave you coffee, you exchanged value. Boom. Clicked I agree on that software update without reading it. Guess what? You just accepted an offer. Selling something online, accepting a job, even just buying groceries. It's all built on these little invisible agreements. You're swimming in a sea of contracts. So let's circle all the way back to the beginning. That simple phrase, an agreement which the law will enforce. It hits different now, doesn't it? It's not just a string of words anymore.
You can actually see the hidden structure inside it now. You can see the offer, the acceptance, and that all-important ingredient, the consideration, that makes the whole thing solid. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you buy something or click I agreed or even make a deal with a friend, just for a second, pause and recognize the invisible contract you just formed. Think about it. How many of these little agreements did you actually make today? My guess is once you start looking for them, you're going to see them absolutely everywhere. Thanks for digging into this with me.